Part 5. God's People Grow. At last it happened. God kept his promise to Abraham and gave him a son, Isaac. God's promise of a new people was beginning to grow, and so God's promise passed on from Abraham to Isaac. When Isaac grew up, God gave him a son, Jacob. God's promise was beginning to grow and grow, and so God's promise passed on from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob. When Jacob grew up, God gave him 12 sons: Simeon, Levi, Judah, Zebulun, Issachar, Dan, Gad, Asher, Naphtali, Joseph, and Benjamin. God's promise was beginning to grow and grow and grow. But while God's people were growing in number, they also were growing apart. Jacob's many sons hated their younger brother Joseph. They did an evil thing. They put him in a pit, and then they sold him to be a slave in a faraway place. Isn't that sad? Do you think Joseph was all alone in the faraway Egypt? No, he was not all alone. God was with Joseph. And God was going to use this evil thing that happened to Joseph for good. God showed Joseph that in a few years there wouldn't be enough food for all the hungry people in the land. Joseph believed God, and Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, believed Joseph. He put Joseph in charge of the kingdom, and Joseph helped him by storing up food. Then came the time of the trouble, just as God had said. People came from distant lands to buy the stored up food. They were hungry and about to die. When Joseph's father Jacob heard that there was food in Egypt, he told his sons to go and to buy some. So they went, and Joseph, now a very powerful man, recognized them. But his brothers did not recognize Joseph. After all these years, Joseph could have gotten even with them. Joseph could have sold them as slaves, and Joseph could have killed them. But instead, Joseph gave them food. Joseph forgave them. He told them not to worry. He told them that God had been with him in Egypt, and he told them that God had sent him ahead to Egypt so that God's people would not die. Soon Joseph's family would begin to grow in Egypt. That's it for tonight.